Merry Christmas. Coach Brian here with Criticalbench, standing next to my friend Tyler Crossan. He is one of the pastors at Bridgepoint down here in St. Pete. And what you're about to see in this video are some of the highlights from the conversation Tyler and I just had about putting Christ back in Christmas. So if you want to listen to this full episode, underneath this video, click the link in the pinned comments section. So underneath this video, scroll down, click that link, and you're going to be able to listen to this entire episode that we recorded. Here are some of the highlights.
What's your favorite Christmas movie? I don't think you said that.
I have to go with Christmas Vacation.
Okay.
Yeah, Elf would be a close second.
Right.
That's been part of our series, Bridgepoint as well. But those top two, they're both funny and embrace the seasons. Though I did just recently watch back through the Home Alones because
they're so good.
That's like, for me as a kid, that was my goal. Like, I wouldn't say I wanted to be robbed or potentially kidnapped, but I felt ready if it came, especially around the holiday season.
Thanks to Micro Machines and a tarantula.
Exactly.
Tell them about how they can.
Yeah, if you go to our website, bridgepointfl.com, you can click on messages and you'll go to this series. It's called Wonder, the Magic, and the Miracle. And we're using Christmas movies just as a jumping off place to have a conversation about ultimately why Christmas matters.
Yeah.
And to have some Christmas vacation clips going on in church on a Sunday morning.
So funny.
It was wild. It was wild. So
and then
fun.
The Home Alone was on there.
Yep.
All Christmas, all of my favorite movies. And last week, Trevor said, turn to your neighbor and tell them what your favorite Christmas movie is. And I'm like, all of them?
Right, yeah. It's hard to go wrong.
Elf,
right.
Home Alone, even Miracle on 34th Street's a great movie.
All of them. The Grinch.
The
you gotta
Grinch.
Get into Grinch
yeah,
a little bit.
all these are great movies. And it gets, and I mean, people are so critical or they're so quick to judge of Christmas before what's the holiday?
Thanksgiving.
Or even Halloween.
Yeah.
They go to the stores like, wow, Christmas stuff already? Well, yeah, because Christmas is a big deal.
It is a big deal. It is a big deal. It's special for so many ways. I mean, this is the one time of year that, for most folks, it certainly brings up some emotions, but if there's any hope in the good of people and hope for something more, something bigger, hope even for miracles, like this is the time that everybody, at least deep down inside, there's a part of you that it's like, maybe this time.
Right. So, yeah, and I know our listener, you're probably going to be watching all Christmas movies all day today and all day tomorrow. Yep. That's just what we do. We want to hold on to this season.
Yep.
For more than just a day. Me personally, I love Christmas. We leave our Christmas tree up well into January.
Yep.
And we love it. My wife jokes around. She says, why can't we just leave it up year round and just decorate it for the seasons? Now, the crazy thing is people actually do that.
Some do. Yeah, some do. You're approaching lines of, I'm from Alabama, so that get you close to that redneck line. And if that's your vibe, go with it. But, keep it in the season a little bit.
Yes, yeah. I won't let it go past. And again, we live in Florida, so it's like, all right, once we start sweating,
right.
I think Christmas has to kind of go a little bit.
That's it.
So, but if it was like 3 feet of snow outside, I'd be like, yeah, it's Christmas till May.
Heck yeah,
absolutely. So let's dive into today's conversation because we know it's Christmas. People have got things to do. They want to get on opening presents, visiting family, whatever. It's as a pastor, you need to answer questions like this.
Sure.
Is Christmas really that important?
Yes. Christmas is the baseline. It is the launching point, especially for Christian faith of all that we get to know and all that we get to experience from God. So here's kind of how I think about it. Again, there's lots of different faiths out there, and a lot of people believe that faith is like climbing a mountain trying to get to God. So it's your pursuit, it's your hard work, it's your energy, it's your efforts, all these things to get to a God. And a lot of people say, whatever your belief and background, you're climbing that mountain. Christmas literally flips that concept on its head because it's the idea that God sees us, our efforts or lack thereof, our ability to do right or be right or lack thereof, especially for me, and he turns that mountain on its head because Christmas is about God coming to man. And that's what's so wild about it. It's so, again, if you're comparing religions across global religions, it is the only one that is fresh in that regard. It deviates from all the rest, that God became a man, Creator became created to come after and pursue mankind, to help them to know that there's love, that there's hope, that there's peace, that there's joy available to them. And that's why this holiday matters, because it's from this one that we springboard everything else.
Right.
That Jesus is and was and can be for us, but it begins with him as God putting on skin in the form of a baby.
Yeah,
It's wild.
and that's something that is that'll take years for somebody to really not only understand but surrender to
Right.
to this mystical, mysterious, supernatural thing that
Yeah.
nobody can explain,
Right.
other than you just kind of have to trust it and believe in it and put your faith into it, which is mind blowing. That's definitely a different topic for another day.
Sure.
But I love how you said that this sets everything up.
Yep.
Christmas is pretty much the starting point of Jesus.
Yeah.
Even though he's referred in the Old Testament, New Testament,
Right.
things like that, but Christmas is pretty much day one of Christianity.
Yeah. Yeah, it's day one of the full execution of God's rescue plan.
Right.
You know, God's always existed. He's the only one that always ever has been and ever will be. Well, that's what we want God to be, right? But Jesus is the moment that when God looks down at man, when he sees and loves them so desperately, but sees us in those paths of darkness and those paths of trying to do it by ourselves and putting ourselves in a place of leadership or belief that we were never created to be, and loving us enough to say, I got to send a path for them to live for something bigger than themselves, to live for something that'll last forever or even for eternity. Christmas is day one of that rescue plan getting fully put into motion.
So much power in what you just said and just the one verse
Right.
that you shared.
Well, let if you will, the pastor in me, for the person that's listening, catching this moment, if you're sitting in a position that listening to this, you feel hopeless, that you're feeling empty, that you're feeling like you're lacking joy, that you're worn out, you're beat down, you're on your last legs, you feel unloved, life feels anything but peaceful, please let this be the reminder to you that the fact that you're hearing this, that God's trying to connect with you. Because I believe it with all of my heart, that whenever you're hearing this, God's trying to communicate a message to you that he's not done with you. He's not done with you. So whatever state you find yourself in, even if you're in a good place, but especially if you're struggling and you're looking for hope, if you've been trying to find peace, if you've been searching for joy, if you've been searching and digging for love and looking in all the wrong places, trying to place that and receive it from all the wrong people, I hope right now that you hear that the message today is for you, because Jesus is the miracle. But again, like the angel said, he wasn't a miracle for some people 2,000 years ago. He wasn't a miracle for people that are well-to-do, for people that have it all together. Man, he was a miracle for the people that don't. He was a miracle for the people that are feeling cast aside and empty and feeling like you're walking in darkness or feeling like it's not worth it. That miracle proves that you're worth it. That miracle proves that you're loved. That miracle proves that you're not alone and that God sees and that he knows and that he desperately wants to connect with you. So please reach out. Please drop a comment. Please connect on social media with me or with the Strong by Design guys. Please, please, please. Don't sit
Need to
in
reach
that.
out
Don't stay
to
in that
you
because
or,
you were not meant to carry that kind of weight.
Bridgepoint, or I can share our
Just
info,
weren't.
but how can someone get in contact with you or the church?
Yeah, certainly. Bridgepointfl.com. You can go to the website, but connect with me directly on any of the socials at Tyler Crossan, Crosson. Find me on Facebook, Tyler W. Crossan. I would love to connect and bring you some good news, like the angel did to those shepherds a long time ago. That this Christmas or whenever you're hearing this can be merry. Not just because you say it, but because you found something that lasts and that matters.
Great. And not only that.